Okay. Do, 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 do. Round two. Yep, here we go. Round two. Maybe it was my computer. I don't know. But you guys have to let me know how it's going to be. Hopefully, better. Okay, so. What are we doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, so background on what has been happening. Last night. Was it last night? It was Friday. Friday night. Yeah. So Friday night, I spent like a couple hours on Discord chat with Aaron, and he helped me, and I measured, and he helped me with designing, and we just tweaked some issues with my original design here with Master Crane. And my holes were misaligned, which kind of was the biggest thing going through here, that even these back idler wheels were misaligned. I can show you here better. There we go. Towards. So these back wheels were not aligned between the front and back plates. And then this front wheel with the eccentric nut was also not aligned between the front and the back plate. Also, I only have an eccentric nut on one side. So when you tighten the wheel, only a portion of the wheel actually is seated with the V-rail. Like most of it is, but not all of it. So we've done a ton of redesign, realignment, fixed a lot of things, fixed some clearance issues as well. Also had to redesign the Z motor bracket, because since we did all of that work, and now this thing's actually going to sit centered on this piece of 2020, I had to adjust the Z motor because that was then not aligned with this part here. And for this front one, we're actually going to be running in here 2 eccentric nuts. Right now there's just one right here. We'll have 2 eccentric nuts on there, so it can kind of tweak either side of the wheel to make sure we get that fully seated in there nice and tight. So that we'll be able to do that now. And also redesigned where the lead screw nut goes, and it will fit in here. And we're going to have a little bit of wiggly room in there so that we don't have to worry about, if this is slightly misaligned, I can loosen it, because that's how it really should be in most 3D printers. These should be a little loose, but we don't have to worry about that. This one did fail. We had to, Aaron designed a removable support that prints in place here. And when I went to move that, I just sheared this entire part right in half. So I re-glued it. There's not a lot of force on it, and I can't break it anymore. So it's strong in there now with the glue, but we're definitely going to try and figure out how to design that 3D printable support, or that built-in support, how we can design that better so it's going to want to come away. So yeah, so we're going to go ahead and get started with this. So I'm going to go ahead and start the teardown, and then we'll get these new parts put on. I did have to print this in different. This is Ziltech Black PETG. This was printed in Greengate's American Red PETG, but I have very, very little of that left. You can see here, not much at all. I probably had enough for the Z motor mount, but I definitely did not have enough for these, because all the prototyping I had to do, I prototyped with the spool I was using for the final parts. So I shouldn't have done that, but it is what it is at this point. But now I'll be able to get these on, and dual color is fine. So yeah, go ahead and get started with this now. I really do like the way the screen fits right on there. It's like just right there out of the way. I'm utilizing one of the mounting holes here in the power supply for that, which makes it super easy. Now, getting this on and off is honestly not the easiest thing in the world, because it wasn't really designed to come on and off. I mean, it can. It's just not that simple. Where am I at here? Where'd my trash can go? Oh, they're both over there. Swish. Yeah. So I will try to make sure. Jake, what's up? You got everything here. All right. So these are. Whoop, too big. And the other thing we're also changed up was the size of spacers that I'm using. We're actually going to be running this a little bit closer to the actual 2040 rail here. Right now, I'm using 8mm spacers, and that is causing a lot of my issues. Is that number one, I didn't have the right size spacers when I designed it, and number two, I didn't install the same size spacers as what I designed it for. So obviously, several various issues going on there. And this redesign will also solve that, because now I know that I need to change up what I'm using. I mean, and the size honestly does not matter that much as long as they're all the same. It's really all that matters. And there goes everything. So yeah. That. I'm going to get these parts out of here. We're going to utilize a couple smaller spacers as well as the larger standoffs that I'm using in order to really get good alignment. Come on. So that's only like part of parts. Where's the rest at? There we go. Here's some more. Here's some more. Do I have any more spacers? I guess not. Okay. So where are we? You can see all that? Yeah. Okay. So one of the hard parts is really going to be getting the smooth rods out of here again, because that's never easy. But let's go ahead and get the extruder side off here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, this is how I have my Bondtech extruder connected to the back plate. So I kind of have it as it's kind of cantilevering each other. So I have this motor at the front of this carriage, and I have the X motor on the back of this carriage, and they kind of equal each other out. I would have liked to have them in line, but just didn't work out that way. It's not a huge deal, but it is working. And the Z's only moving up and down, so again, it's not terribly important. It's just more of a nicety. Okay. Gotta make some bacon. Have some for me, buddy. Well, we're gonna find out, Aaron, real soon here. So here's our extruder and motor. I'm probably gonna need to get longer bolts for those. Pull all of these out. And then now we need to take out the lead screw nut. Yeah, Gunner, full size motor. And also, the way I also designed this, I actually made it just a smidge too rigid, to be honest. Like, I didn't allow for any of this play that Aaron and I redesigned it for. As we got to talking, it was more trying to figure that out. But yeah, I did not design any play in this machine at all. So if you're off on any of your measurements, it's really going to suck, because if they're off, you're off. There's no way to fix that. These are all good. Yeah, those are all good. But again, those are like an X in there where that's going to sit like this, and we're going to have some wiggle room in there. So it looks like it lines up, Aaron. Now, I actually took this idea from the Volron. They do something like this. So I'm actually going to go ahead and get out some longer M3s so that I can use lock nuts. I don't want that to move around at all. So we need to go down into here, get out the M3s. Right now, these ones are, these are 16s. So, see if we can go with some 18s. If that's enough to catch a lock nut. It looks like it is. Yeah, 18s will work just fine. Also figured out that it doesn't matter where I put the lead screw nut, because I had assembled it previously without assembling it the way I originally designed it for. So it really doesn't matter. Nylar. Clean into the bolt run sleeve. No, it's all good. Oh, the bolt runs. No, I cut that to size, Aaron. I don't really have any. No, we left space. Where'd that part go? 1, 2. Yeah, no. There's plenty of space down in here for it. I'm not too worried about that. Michael, this is not ready yet because I needed Aaron to help me. I needed someone else's eyes on this printer to help me fix my alignment issue because I was not figuring it out. Once I can confirm that this all works, then yes, I will be releasing the design for this printer. Dimple, I am just printing out some new parts for Master Crane to get this to be as perfect as I can get it, which is going to be pretty doggone perfect. There we go. Using a little nut driver, snugging those up and then backing them off. I want it to be really close to snug, but I don't want it to be clamping. Okay, so yeah, we're on there, but I can always tighten it down once I confirm that everything's in its proper place. Half a turn. Yeah, okay, those are all in there now. Oh, no, I need a my lock to put down in here. I mean, I do blame Aaron when something doesn't work. Whether he helped me design it or not, he is my scapegoat. At least he's a good sport about it. I mean, I'm also not terribly like super confident in my own design skills to be able to get something on like the first go. So again, having someone, you know, trusted to help me look through a design is really helpful, especially someone that understands Fusion better than I do, because this is the first ground up printer that I've ever designed. Like 100%, this was all me. And I am super duper happy and proud of that. Now, I don't think these are going to be able to grab the motor. They are not. So I need to get one size longer than these. This is a 40. So I need to get some 45s out. Here. Need to get some more 45 millimeter bolts. Hey, Viking. No, yeah, I'll just try the 40, see if it fits. I do have another 45 here, but it's a pan head. It's not a socket head. I mean, it'll work. It's just not 100% what I want. Okay, so there is the extruder motor re-hooked up to the back plate. This back plate is now done. I'm going to wait to put that on. So we got this old one here out of the way. Okay, so now we need to figure out what we're going to do over here. So with this here, I have a belt tensioner over here. So I'm going to go ahead and loosen this. We take the tension off the belt. I'm going to try to do this without having to rethread the belt, because I really don't want to do that. So take out all these. I think I might need to recut a bolt though, because I had cut this one to size. So I'll have to wait and see if I have something that fits that better. Let's take out the X motor. Have I tested any Big Tree Tech boards before? Yes, I have used several Big Tree Tech boards. I've used their SQR 1.3 in a few printers now. I have used the SKR 1.4. I blew up an SKR Mini, but I now have 3 of those for other builds. And this build is using a MKS Robin Nano, which is the Big Tree Tech equivalent of the Big Tree Tech Mini. Okay, so we have the motor. We should have gave this a little more clearance. That's not fitting in there, right? All right, so let's get out the here. There we go. So X motor sits right on the front of the plate like that. Yeah, this was several revisions to get this to where it is now. And I'm sure that so many people could probably do it better than me. But that's okay. Well, I also needed to check that my eccentric nut is going to fit in here. It does fit. It's just a little tight though. But that's okay. We have plenty of clearance in there, which I was a little worried about. Okay, so we can go ahead and get, I guess I'm gonna have to wait to do all that. Okay, I might have to take this belt off. Out, and then here we have where those smooth rods are. You got to get these popped out. Might need to cut this. Hey Paul, how you doing? I'm doing not too bad. I'm feeling very optimistic today. Okay. Now these smooth rods. Oh, there's one. There's two. Okay. But I will get out my 8mm drill bit and just going to run it in here. This part does print vertically, so shouldn't have too much. Anything, just a little bit of stringing in there to pull out. And then putting my not so nice side in. Oh man. Run this again. That locked, yeah. I got it smoother on that other one though. I think that's it. Okay, I'll get up my wee hammer here, and I'm gonna mute you guys for a minute while I hammer this in real quick. All right, we're pretty sure those are in all the way now. Pretty sure of that. So now we go ahead and mount the motor on here. Just a couple 10mm M3s. Oh wait, before I do that, I want to run the belt in there. I have to take that off. So just have to do this. That. The twist here. My tensioning system is there. The belt into here. Oh no, those are not in all the way. That belt's not making it. So back to hammering. I got about 10 more millimeters to go, it looks like. I thought those were in all the way. Stand by. Okay. Maybe now. Yep, that's it. Goes down there all the way now. Sweet. Settled, okay. Now we can screw this in. That screwing and bolts is super duper awesome YouTube to watch. Okay. Okay, now we've got that installed. And then in order to tension, is that on there all the way? Now it is. Now the tension, all I have to do is tighten up these M3 bolts. And we're tensioned. Easy day. Okay, now for the not so easy part. Now I'm gonna have to double check my design here real quick. Let me pull up Fusion. Oh, just remember how I did this. We're going to do these back wheels. And these back wheels should just be these new spacers I have here. Which, son of a gun, these spacers are too small. I wonder if I could drill these out. That's why I didn't use them, Aaron. They are too small spacers. There we go. Just drill them out. They're aluminum. Aluminum spacers. Done. All right, I just need to do that a couple times now. But that's why I didn't use these, because these are M4. Come on. Spacer! Let's do that 2 more times. No, it's not Aaron's fault. I found a box of 7mm spacers, a bag, and I was like, oh, look, these are 7mm spacers. These will work out just great. I forgot we're using 5mm bolts. M5 bolts. They are super easy to drill out. Let's do the last one. And I'll be good to go. Okay, so prepare this part here. So wheel, another spacer, and we got a spacer, wheel, whoops, 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 whoops. Another spacer here. Okay, so that's the front, or the back, I should say. Where is Fusion 360 at? Come on, launch, bugger. Come on. Get this. Don't know if this front one will reach, but we're going to give it a shot. And I need to get, where are we at? Master crane fixed. Master crane. I'm just double checking my Fusion file here to make sure. Here we go. So I think I have to use spacers, I think, on both sides of this. Oh, that's not right. Where's the Z carriage? Here we go. Yeah, spacers on both sides of that eccentric nut down there. So I have one spacer here, two spacers here, one eccentric nut. I need to get one more out. Eccentric nuts. Okay, so here's the difficult part. Put eccentric nut on this side, and then a spacer, and then a wheel. Loosening up, and then a spacer. And let's make sure I have the right size. There it is. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Now I need to just join the two of these together. Hold the line up. Okay, you stay right there, please. Comes in. There we go. It's over there. Okay. Well, that's all in now. Now I got to get this guy here. Don't think this bolt is long enough. It is not. All right, so let's get out. Where's the M5 hardware at? Oh, too short. 50s, and I have a 45. I'm going to try this 45 first. But now I have to do this the hard way because I already have it on there. So, I get you out of there. Come on. Just need to do it real nice and easy. There we go. Oh man, all right, take these back ones off again. This is where I start sweating. Manhandle this part on. But it might work. We'll find out in a minute though. If it clears the belts. That's one of my concerns. Clearing the belts. Drop my spacer. Final piece. How to get this in there. Okay, moving this to again a little bit. Back ones, nice and tight. Thinking this 45 might be a little too long. I need the wrench. Where's the wrench at? Wrenches. Wrenches. Hey Jim, how you doing? $45 is too long. It's a bugger. Wonder how I can cut one real quick. Aaron, do you have Fusion up right now? Original was 35. So I think I need to be 40. It's not 35, Aaron, because this 35 millimeter is not getting there. And this one, this is 35 on the money. Joseph, I'm just working on my Master Crane 3D printer. I know this one should work, but it wasn't reaching. 35 did not reach. I don't know why it's not reaching. I just measured it. It measured like it should. I'll try it again. Wait, maybe it is catching. It is catching. All right, all that work was for nothing. 35 did work. But yeah, we are super loose now. Let's see if we can tighten this down and make this work. Holy cow. Wait, is that it? No, wasn't it? Okay, come on. I thought I had it there for a second. Which way do these go? I need to look at a eccentric nut and see which way these turn. I was gonna say that was way too easy. Okay, so the close edge is where the dimple is at. So I need this to be out here, and I need this one to be out there. Oh wow, there's a ton of slack in that. Ton of slack. By a bunch. A good 3 millimeters. Turn it the other way. Close as it can get. It is still way the heck off. Man. Yeah, that's off by a fair bit, friend. Yeah, probably need to pull that in a couple millimeters. I'd say 2 or 3. Because I have those eccentric nuts at max right now, and the wheel is not even contacting. There's maybe 2.5 millimeters it needs to come to the 2040 rail. Man, that sucks. I'm guessing adding the eccentric nut really, we should have pulled it in when we did that, because all we did was we did pull it out further by making that hole larger. We pulled it further away from here. So that was our problem. Shucks. That's an excellent question. I am sweating like crazy now. Let's take a look. So if we want to inspect the outer diameter of the wheel, these are 24 millimeters. I believe mine are the same. Yep, 24 millimeters. So I was saying if we just bring that in 2.5 millimeters, I think that would be better. Yeah, 2.5 millimeters towards the 2040 rail. It lines up, but it's still wrong. Ugh. Yeah, because here I'll show you guys, we're looking at the model here. And, you know, everything with these being all the way loose looks like we're making contact. But in reality, real world, we're not. That's actually all the way tight, Aaron. The way that we modeled it, it's all the way tight. So all the way tight looks like we are just making it. Crow, there's no reason to do that. It's either right or it's wrong. And I need to make sure that these parts are 100% correct before I release the model. So there's no reason to even entertain doing a fix like that. Yucks. That is all the way loose. Yeah, because it has it to be the furthest away from the bed. So right now I have it as, let me verify real quick here. I have it right now as close to I have it all the way tight right now, yes. So the nubbin skinny part is toward the center. I have it all the way tight. And we are still off. So yeah, 2.5 millimeters. And then, if you were trying to figure out, yeah, you're right. This is all the way loose. This right here, I don't know if you can fix it, Aaron, the spacer. I don't know if there's some way that you can add a shell to it of like 0.2 millimeters. Because that would just be shell of this model 0.2. I'm going to do this entire body. Where's this body at? Here. See if I can figure it out. So this right here, I want to shell that body negative 0.2 millimeters. Oh, let me just do 0.2 inside. Okay. So now this should just be a shell, and that way it won't fill it in. I don't think it will. Dimple, yes, I designed this from scratch. Except for obviously like the power supply, the fan, the motors, like all that is stuff I got off GrabCAD. But all of the red 3D printed parts is stuff that I designed on my own. Not sure Aaron at all. Really not. Ryan, no, the wheels in Fusion are measuring 24 millimeters, and the wheels that I have on this printer are measuring 24 millimeters. So again, that is quite the bummer. Yeah, literally can't make it any tighter than what it is right now. I mean, it's only like I could add more eccentric nuts because I don't have any more. So, all right, well, I guess that's going to be it for that tonight. I'm going to hang out for a little bit longer, I guess, while I clean up here, because there's no way that Aaron or myself are going to pump out changes that quickly, print all these parts, and then redo it. So I'm going to just wait. I'll do the Z motor mount later, because doing it now is kind of a moot point. I got to take it all apart anyways. So at least I can get rid of my original parts here, which weren't too bad. They work. They serve their purpose. Put it over there because that's trash. Screen here. Motor cable just here, so it stays out of the way. You don't want to just move that over there. Oh man, what a bummer! What a bummer. I thought for sure we was gonna get this thing going tonight. Really did. Hey Andrew, how you doing? Welcome to Design Fails with Shane and Aaron. Yeah, I think it just had to do something with us making that hole bigger. It's just not, I don't know what it is. I honestly can't figure out why we were off by that much. Spacers need to get put away. Nuts. 1.5. Trade by 16. Go there. I have aluminum shavings all over my desk, and I need to get it all cleaned up as well. Oh. Okay. I can do that. I mean, do you want me to disassemble the back plate now, Aaron? Oh, wait, Aaron. We moved. We moved holes. So of course that would have changed. Because you realigned the holes. And when we did that, we moved both the front and back holes. That's what did it. We didn't take into account how far we moved those parts. Which apparently the combination of it was a few millimeters in total, probably 2 millimeters, which is how far about we're off. Hardware, 5 hardware, wrenches. It's away. The garbage can, all these aluminum shavings. No, don't do that. Yeah, we moved the, I mean, if you reopen the original model, if you re-import it, yeah, we had to line those holes up because they were all off. Because you deleted the back holes completely off the front plate, and we used the back plate as the reference. So by moving the back holes a little bit, and then the front one also got moved a little bit from its alignment. So again, the combination, I think, was that I think we should move it 2.5 millimeters closer, or move each one 1.25 millimeters closer to the center. Because I think the 2 millimeters on the front might be a little more noticeable than doing a little bit of the front and back. Best Harbor Freight purchase I made was a shop brush. Stuff out. Love that. Oh. No. The amount they were off was pulling it tight and also making it crooked. Yeah. It's 2020 failing us is what it is. No, we weren't drinking last night, but we were going at it for a couple hours. I called it about what time did I call you? 8 or 8:30 my time. And we went till 12:30. So yeah, it was a good almost 4 hours that we were working and designing on this. And we did in Discord, which was fun. Because we actually had a couple people come in and hang out with us. Easier to bring the back two closer. Okay. Because there's enough meat there. And again, I don't think you're really going to see 2 millimeter difference anyways there. But well, I guess I know what we'll be doing next Saturday night. Will be this. Or Monday night. I don't know. Because I might do this Monday night. If you can hammer out the change real quick, I can print these tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, right? Yeah, I can print these tomorrow, and then I'm off on Monday. But yeah, Monday night we could try again at this and see if we can get there. Hopeful that we can. Because I don't have any of the other videos ready to post. I have a couple I'm working on. I keep forgetting about the Sunlu filler dryer here. I turned it on for 10 hours, and then I come back like the next day. I'm like, oh, I was supposed to print with that, wasn't I? So I've got this super wet TPU filament in there. And I just need to, and humidity is insane. It's 45% right now, but it feels like it's 1,000. But it's 45% humidity in the office right now. So that is some moist TPU filament. Yeah, if you get a chance, Aaron, that would be helpful. Looks like a creality. Oh man, that is brutal. I mean, in my defense though, I took a lot of these design notes from Crowdy printers. So I took a lot of notes from the way the Ender 3 has the vertical 2040 that the bed rides on. I'm using the whole spacing of the Ender 3 for the actual bed carriage. The way that the cantilever here is set up is like the Ender 2. I love that printer. It printed really well. And so I took a lot of designs from that as well to get this and how to get everything kind of more compact. So yeah, I definitely did take some notes from Crowdy on how they designed their printers. Oh, and then I took the hot end carriage is from Hypercube. So I designed that to be very similar to the Hypercube. I didn't follow the way that he did his part cooling fan, which I definitely could have, but I just ended up not doing that for some reason. But it definitely would have made this a little more better looking. But I can always change it later. Other people can too. I kind of hope that someone might actually want to buy this and print it, and maybe people start remixing some of the parts. Aaron, it needs a fan, period. Like even just hooking up a 40 millimeter fan in there to circulate air. There's space for one. I mean, not if the roll is spool, not if the spool is full, but a 30 millimeter fan it would. It just needs something to circulate air. It doesn't have it, so I do have my doubts with this thing. But hey, I bought it. We'll see how it turns out. Thanks, Andrew, for hanging out. Again, hopefully next time we'll get it right. Ah, man, that's quite the bugger. I guess it also does give me some time to model up the front cover for here. I want to make a cover for that. I'm not doing one for the back, but I do want to make a little cover there for the front, kind of like I did up here for the top. So maybe I'll work on that tonight after the live stream. But man, I gotta say, guys, I am really, really happy with this printer and the design of it and everything. It came together way better than I thought it would. It prints great, which I didn't think it would have. I definitely surprised myself for that. Ryan, I appreciate that. I think it'll be cool to see other people make this. It's super cheap. Again, without the auto bed leveling, I think it came to $126. With auto bed leveling, it is $129. The only thing that's not including is the $15 for the spring steel sheet, which I did order one on the 11/11 sale. Getting it cut to size, so that is coming. And I just I don't know, Aaron. Maybe it's my measuring. I really don't know. But yeah, so if you do the spring steel sheet, it ends up coming to $145 for this setup. Again, it's an E3D V6 5015 part cooling fan. It is 2209 steppers, so it's sensorless homing on X and Y. Again, Z right now is using the Z end stop. But again, if you decide to get a spring steel sheet, it will run off of the auto bed leveling. I cut down a few. I had an old from the Ender 3 Pro, their crappy magnet sheet. I cut that down, and then I bought this one. This is in the BOM. I think this was like $6 or maybe even less than that for a sheet, and I again just cut that down to size. Magnet on there, magnet on here. These aren't great, but you kind of get what you pay for when you're making a $130 printer. I do think that the spring steel sheet will hold on to that a little bit better than what these do. Yeah, this definitely could be, I mean, this definitely would be an affordable kit to get. The only thing that price does not include is shipping. Because when we originally did this, when I originally bought all these parts or was looking at all these parts, shipping was just crazy during the pandemic. Now that we're getting, I mean, we're still not post-pandemic, but we are further along, and trade routes have opened up more, and there's more coming back and forth from China because all this stuff came from AliExpress. And I mean, half of it I had, but I priced everything out on AliExpress. So like a motor was like $3, but shipping was $15. I'm like, what the heck? You normally can get motors for like $3 to $5 with maybe $1 shipping. So kind of have to take that into. Thank you, Brandon. Am I going to live stream the Prusa Mini clone build? Ryan, yes, I am. That will get here in who knows when. Whenever that does arrive, we'll plan on doing that. I'm gonna try and do. Trying to get more into making videos again. So I'm trying to do at least one video a week, with tonight, Saturday night's live stream being normal. Whatever day I don't upload, Monday or Friday, I will shoot to do a live stream on a project, if I have a project. So my goal right now is to get one fully edited video up every week and my live stream every Saturday night. That's how I was before. I was doing 2-3 videos prior, but I had less kids then. But it's also just been, I don't know, pandemic's wearing on me, guys. But yeah, it's getting the motivation to do all of that every night, editing every night to get 2 videos done a week is not there. So right now I'm setting it low. I'm going to shoot for every Friday to have a video published and every Saturday to have a live stream. Well, thank you, Ryan. I like the live streams. I like interacting with you guys because, again, you said it, man. If you guys have not done YouTube yet, you have not done what is probably the loneliest job in the world because you are sitting in a room, talking to a camera. So I got my camera up here, and that's it. Like, at least here, like, we can go back and forth. We can talk about things. Like, it's cool to be able to interact with everybody. But it is super lonely, and sometimes it just gets mind-numbing with recording videos. Yeah, Aaron, the new normal. I mean, I am working more now, which my wife hates. But, I mean, next week with the holiday, I only have to work 1 day. Fantastic. You know, we got Thanksgiving on Thursday. I'm only in on Tuesday. Easy day. But Christmas is right around the corner. We're trying to get ready for that. Get everything wrapped, everything ready, make sure everything's ordered. Stuff takes a long time to get to me. A lot of people don't understand that, but like mail usually takes anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks to get to me. 2 is like super fast, but usually it's like 3 to 4 weeks for mail to get to me. So like birthday parties and Christmas, anniversary, stuff like that. Like my wife and I have to shop 2-3 months ahead of time to be sure things get here. And especially having all the kids and you want to do holiday stuff with them, Easter, Christmas, obviously, even Thanksgiving. I want to like make sure I have stuffing. I need to order it a couple weeks ahead of time to make sure it's there. I can't just run out to, you know, the local grocery store and pick that kind of stuff up. It doesn't happen here. So that also just wears on you after a while. I've been doing it for 10 years. Shouldn't wear on me anymore, but it still does. Ugh, man. I really thought I was going to be able to get a test print rolling on this thing tonight. What else do I have going on now, though? I am going to reach out to Mingda and ask if they'll send me another extruder for this. If not, I really don't know what I'm going to do with that thing. I'll have to wait and see. But I don't know if you guys saw, I got some, it was a pretty interesting back and forth in the comments for that printer, which was interesting. So I was like, all right. More stuff I really don't care to talk about. Go back, check the phone real quick. Tokyo. Oh, what else? Anybody have any questions on anything? So I've been talking with Aaron and Brandon about things I want to do. You know, they kind of gave me the idea. So if you look here, I've got this is all the maker boxes from this year. I haven't printed any of them yet. So I think the way to catch up is Aaron gave me the idea to do quarterly maker boxes. So just to do like, you know, the last 3 months of maker boxes. I'm sorry, last 4 months, and kind of go from there. So I think we'll end up doing that. Yeah, 3. Yeah, if I do it every 3 months, I do 3 boxes. 3, 6. Yeah, I have 1 left to come this month, 2 left to come this month. Yeah, because that's January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna end up doing that. Mathing is hard tonight. But yeah, I think I'll end up doing that to catch up a little bit. I do have the 2019 ones. I don't know if I'm going to end up going back to do those, but I think I'm going to go ahead and start slapping those on some printers, getting those printed up. I do have the time this week, especially I do have a bunch of time this week, so I think I can knock through that. Joseph, it depends. Some of them I will get rid of. Most of them I will take with me, like all of my custom builds. My Prusa, the Mark III's will come with me. Megatron, the Bear, FT5, Hypercube, most likely. The Sidewinder X1 probably will. I haven't decided if I want to get rid of that or not. I do. It is kind of my, right now it's my large form factor, my large i3 0.6 millimeter nozzle, and it does great with flexibles. That's pretty much all I use it for right now, which is really stupid. I have a giant Z height and I print like tiny flexible things with it. I just have a really good flex profile for it. But I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the Ender 3s. Those are kind of just whatever's anymore. I never did the video on the, down here, I have the TiVo Tarantula Pro, because shortly after I got that, well, I got it and then the LCD didn't work. It took me 6 months to get the LCD for it, and then by the time I got the LCD in the mail from TiVo, they had closed shop and then reopened as Homer's TiVo, and now they re-released the Tarantula Pro under the Homer's TiVo name. It's orange and there's changes to it, which kills me. The fact that like I got this printer and was going to review it, got it built, seemed fine out the box for the most part, except screen didn't work. So I just don't know what I don't know what I'm going to do with that machine right now. Joseph, I have movers that come and pack everything up. So I usually ship 2 printers ahead so that they're there when I get there. And then I have a unaccompanied air baggage shipment that will show up usually like within a month after I get to my next place. That shows up. I'll put 1 or 2 printers in there, and then the rest will be my household goods, which takes, 3 to 4 months after I arrive at a place. It takes anywhere from 3 to 4 months after that to arrive. So it can be as short as 2 months also, but usually it's like 3 months before I get the bulk of everything that I have. So the rest of the printers will go in there, and the movers pack everything up. They do a great job. I break down whatever printers I can. I have kept some of the boxes for them. I've actually recently got rid of about 8 printers, and I still have some of the boxes for those. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those boxes. But I have a few that I ship ahead, like the Anycubic i3 Mega. I ship that one ahead. I still have the box for it, and the CR10S. The CR10S I still have up here. That I also have the box for. I break that down. I ship that one. They're easy to put together, which is why I chose them. They break down into 2 parts, the gantry and the base. Very easy to pack up and get shipped. Do I know if it's 110 or 220 I'm going? I am pretty sure it's 220. So every printer is fine except for the Artillery X1, because that is the 110 US version, and that has a 110 silicone heated bed on it. So I either need to get rid of it, or I need to put that one on a transformer. So yeah, the Hypercube I won't break down. They'll box that up real nice into a box, so I don't have to worry about doing that. They're saying, so Pingron official store on AliExpress is going to have a Black Friday deal. They have a printer going to the same budget. So Brandon, is that the same one that Dimple's talking about that you bought? Because that one did not go so well for you. I know you had to change a lot. Kennedy, I don't live in the US, and I don't move within a country or a neighboring country. I move continents. Ryan, they all have switching power supplies. Like I said, every printer here is okay, except for the Artillery X1, because it has a 110 silicone heated bed on. You plug that into 220, it's going to fry. So that one I have to run on a transformer if I keep it. I'm just conflicted with that one because um, it works for the most part. Again, it's just definitely not the safest thing out there, to say the least. And I've already fried parts on it, but I fixed most of those issues. Yeah, when I say it's slow boat Kennedy, it is literally slow boat. They come, they pack everything up into boxes, they go into these giant moving crates. Those crates get loaded into 40-foot containers, and then it gets shipped. Same thing with my car. Car gets loaded in 40-foot container, and then it gets shipped. No, exceed my weight allowance. Do they sell just a replacement bed, Ryan? Because I don't know if they do. If they do, then it's possible. I have, you know, 6, 7 months to still figure out what I'm gonna do. So I'll just wait. Steve, I don't actually say, welcome to the stream, by the way. I don't actually say where I live, what I do, where I go. On YouTube, it's not really relevant. If you are curious to hear kind of my backstory and thing more personal about me, my patrons do have access to that kind of content. And that same answer applies to you, Aaron. Andrew, sorry, not Aaron, Andrew. Well, I don't know if I could make one because that's the other thing that also with Tom's is that the silicone heat pad is attached directly to that glass composite bed. And that's why the heating on it is subpar because it doesn't, the glass is not a good, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Thermal interface. It's not a good, it doesn't hold heat well, which is why the corners are all colder than the center is. Aaron, if I got kicked out of a country, it better be for something cool. Better not be for something stupid. What is that on my screen? Yeah, Ryan, it's just, is it worth the time? Is what it comes down to. You know, because when I move, I'm gonna have the BLV, which it's just a little bit shorter, but it's wider X and Y than that or the CR10S, which is why I'm kind of like, do I need to really keep either one of those when I now have the BLV? And I will be building Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is it's like Megatron, so it's a 2020 build, but it's going to be taller. It's using the same Prusa Mark III's MK52 bed, but I'm gaining another 100 millimeters on the Z, or 80. I'm getting 80 millimeters on the Z. So it will end up being 320 millimeters in height instead of 250 on a normal Prusa. But Megatron's also a little bit taller anyways. He's sitting at 265 on the Z. But Optimus Prime will be a little bit bigger than him. And that, I just got, I think, the last bits. So the bearings just came in. Oh, no. I'm still waiting on the optical filament sensors. So waiting for those to come in. And there was one other thing I was missing. Forget what it is now. Because I know I ordered those, and I ordered something else. But I do know the filament runout sensors, I am still missing for those. But I think I have almost everything else for that now. Oh, cables. That's what I forgot. I didn't have long enough ribbon cables for the LCDs. So I ordered ribbon cables for those printers as well. So I had, waiting for those to come in as well. It will be kind of. So, Joseph, the way that Aaron and I designed Megatron was for really one purpose. I had a Forgetech 2020 i3 that I wanted to repurpose into something new and better. Excuse me. So we came up with the idea to design Megatron, and reusing most of the old parts. We're using, we did the power supply because the power supply was 12 volt. It's sitting on 24 volt. But we put a SKR 1.3 in there. It has a Raspberry Pi on it. It's using a Bear direct drive extruder. But all the extrusion I used from that printer. The smooth rods I used all from there. I had originally used all the motors from it, but LDO came by and said, hey, we're going to hook you up with some motors for Megatron. So it's now running full LDO motors. But when it originally was built, the first live stream I did for the building of it, it was all just stock Forgetech motors. The other thing I kind of challenged Aaron and myself was that I want to redesign a new printer for the Forgetech 2020 i3 in 1 week. And we did that in 1 week. And that was a very, very daunting task. We didn't design all of it, obviously. We're using the Bear X carriage and the extruder. I'm using the, we redesigned the Bear top mounts for this. We redesigned a SKR 1.3 universal enclosure for it. But we did do a lot of other design and alignment and things like that to figure out how it's all going to fit together properly. Ryan, we have not started up on that again yet. Aaron is working his way through his V Volron 1 V1 build. So he's working on that right now. I am trying to finish up these projects. I wanted to get Master Crane rebuilt and aligned, done, put that to the side. Ultra Magnus is going to be started, if not next week, the week after. We're going to start building Ultra Magnus. And the BLV is on hold right now until the new parts from AliExpress come in. So I will be waiting for those parts to come in as well. And then let's see here. So just saying, could I repurpose one of the industries? I could. I'd rather just get rid of them at this point. So what I did is all the frames for, there's 3 containers right down here to be built. So there's 2 printers for friends that they want to learn how to build a custom 3D printer. And then the top one is going to be Ultra Magnus. That's going to be a little bit taller one. I actually took the HED K280 Delta 3D printer. It was huge. I got it, I think I got it here. But either way, horrible printer. It was 2020 extrusion all the way up, and it just was twisty and did not print well, had lots of issues with it. So I decided to take the entire thing apart. Oh, excuse me. Let me go drink here. Oh, it's a tickle. So by taking that printer apart, I'm able to build 3 frames out of it because it was so big. It was 600 millimeters tall in the build height. The tallest 2020 beams, I think, were 1.1 meters. They were 1,100 millimeters long. I can cut those into 3 pieces, and that gives me 3 pieces for just one printer. So that gives me 3 there. And then we had the 6 on the bottom, which gives me all the other parts. So I have everything that I need for those builds, which is great. So I just have to finish cutting those down to size, asking my friends what colors they want those to be, printing those parts in PETG for them, and then we can do the builds. That's going to be, I think, January is when you'll see Optimus Prime. I'm going to shoot for January for Optimus Prime. Megatron, definitely, or Ultra Magnus, definitely before Christmas. Master Crane, next week, get him done. And again, the BLV will be probably in December or early January is whenever I'll start working on the BLV again. My goal, the goal I set out to Aaron is that I want to work on the Core XY again before the end of the year. And a couple speed bumps here and there for various reasons. I mean, this alone, this sets me back 2 days. You know, so now instead of doing something else on Monday, I'll be doing this on Monday now. So it definitely, when you hit a speed bump like this, you got to take a minute, you lose a little bit of time, fix the issue, and then go forward. It happens. It's the design process. You know, none of us here are pros, so kind of figure it out as we go along. But it's not a big deal. Yeah, it's just one more day or 2 days of lost time on it. Not a big deal. But it just, when things get delayed, I buy the wrong thing, I design the wrong part, I print the wrong thing, it sets back a little bit of time. But I have so many projects I want to try to get done. I also have a bunch of older videos that I recorded, I never edited, so I'm debating if I want to just edit those and get those uploaded so that content is up there. I don't know yet, so I have to figure that out as well. But I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. So I'm sorry that I wasn't able to get this done, but rest assured, I will work with Aaron. We will get these parts redesigned, ready to go, and I would have a reason to design. I think it's just to do it, Aaron. We talked about it, we joked about it, we're like, we could do it, and then getting started on it is kind of the hard part. But either way, I'll work with Aaron. We'll get these parts redesigned. I'll get them printed out tomorrow, and that way we can be ready for Monday night. I will stream same time, what's that, 7:30 Eastern time. I'll start the stream, 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern, something like that. We'll get these parts installed on there, and then hopefully we'll get a test print started, because I think that I reset the firmware back to the ZN stop. I'll verify that though. And we should be good to go with that. Then we can call this done, and I can go ahead and get that video completed. So I hope you guys tune in for that on Monday night. What else is there? That's about it. So again, if you guys want to help support the stream, the biggest way you can do it is go down below. There's a Patreon link. Join me on Patreon. Patrons really make the world go round here. They help me with a ton of the funding for my projects and things I'm buying. They give me sustainable income that I can kind of count on every month. YouTube could be $2, it could be $200. It varies widely every month, but Patreon, I know how much is coming to me, and I can budget for that when I buy projects and I do things. All the money I make through Patreon and the affiliate links all come back here to the channel so that I can buy things and do cool things like design my own 3D printers and things like that. So again, if you want to check any of that out, all the links are down in the description. Also, if you guys want to join on Discord, there's a link for that down below. We talk about builds, troubleshooting, random stuff. Want to come hang out with us? We do also some streams on designing, things like that. So head on down to Discord, click that link, video description, click Discord, then join us on there. So you guys have a good night. Happy printing. Stay safe. I'll see you next time.